I met Marina, and I have to think it was perhaps love at first sight. So I proposed to her. However, at the beginning of January, we had a major fight. I said, go to hell. The next thing you know, she's not only leaving my apartment, she's leaving the country and going back to Russia, Moscow, where she's from. Then this virus hits. Now, we've been apart ever since then, and we're just begging you, please, Dr. Phil, help us with our marriage and with our lives.
Mark Anthony and his Russian bride-to-be, Marina, got engaged after knowing each other for only 1 month. Now, Marina says it was love at first sight, so when Mark Anthony proposed, she said yes. They were counting down the days to their wedding on March 25th, but when they got into an argument in January and Marina left abruptly for Russia soon after the COVID-19 pandemic hit, will these two make it to the aisle? Should they make it to the aisle? And that's what they both really want to know.
Dr. Phil, my name's Marina, and I would like to say that I met Mark Anthony in Las Vegas. It was like love at the first sight. I was very attracted to Mark. A month after we met, Mark proposed me. I was shocked because it was a very big surprise for me, but this month in Las Vegas we met. It was a very happy month for me, and I said yes. When he doesn't get his way, he can be aggressive. Sometimes it can be funny, but sometimes very scary. He became verbally aggressive, so I left and went back to Russia. I love Mark, but we have difference of opinion, and he feels a wife should be submissive. But I think this is so last century. I'm independent in Mark, and I need to find a way to agree and find a balance.
Now, Mark Anthony is joining us on Zoom from Las Vegas, and Marina is joining us from her home in Moscow. Marina, let me start with you. Thank you so much. I know it's probably evening over there. I appreciate you joining us.
Hi. Now is evening in Moscow, and I'm very happy to see you, Mr. Dr. Phil.
Uh-huh. Now, you and Mark knew each other for just 30 days, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and how did you spend that 30 days?
I met Mark in Las Vegas when I arrived in a few days, and I lived in my hotel, and I saw him in hotel, and you know, I can say when I saw him, I thought, wow, so interesting guy, and his brown eyes and smile, and I really liked him in the first sight. And I can say when he started to talk with me, I understood he has great sense of humor, and he showed me with compliment and jokes, and I understood. I really like him. And he was very handsome for me. Very handsome.
Did he take you out on dates and take you to dinner?
Yeah, yes. We changed the phone numbers, and the next day he called me and invite me to visit bowling.
You say that he gave you a test. What was the test?
It was a very stupid test, I think, because in my life it was absolutely the first time. This is so stupid story about Uber, and he said, okay, maybe tomorrow you will pay for my Uber if I go home. I said okay, but next morning I saw my balance credit card, because I was in the country. I used of course Uber everywhere in Las Vegas. I was already 1 month, and I don't have a car, of course, in America. And I saw a balance of my credit card, and I understood that I haven't money already, because I paid from my credit card for this Uber, and and I said, funny honey, I'm sorry again, but I can't pay for your Uber because I haven't money.